understand what does this mean for the overall economy as well as for the forex market, we have Lakshmi Iyer, who's the CEO at Kotak Investment Advisors, joining us. Very good morning to you, Lakshmi. And you start each day with a brand new headline that the rupee has hit, or rather, same headline: the rupee has hit a fresh record low. Today, it has breached that 85 to the dollar mark. And what does this actually imply?
Yeah, hi, good morning. So if you look at the last maybe 2.5 months, specifically, you can see the emerging market pack. If you see the key currencies, they've actually depreciated on an average by 5%. And this is the EM, index tracker that we do, monitor on a regular basis. And that has got further accentuated after the Fed's decision. Though the rate cut definitely did happen, it was more of a hawkish rate cut. And if we also track something known as the dot plots, which is giving you a future estimate of rate cuts in the US, and that is signaling just about a 0.5% rate cut. And this is departure from the 1% rate cut that we have been tracking up until now. And that is obviously further accentuating the fall in the emerging market currencies, including the rupee. So our view is therefore that the near-term pain is likely to continue, which is something we've been stating for some time. But given that there is central bank activity happening in terms of selling dollars, the pace of depreciation could be a tad muted compared to the other currencies. So that's the view that we are carrying even right now.
Could you throw some more light around what the central bank action in India has been like over the last few days? What are you expecting today? And then when you say the depreciation is likely to continue, maybe the pace is going to be slower, what exactly is the level that one needs to watch out for in, let's say, 2025? Is a number of, even 90 possible then perhaps if we continue trending like this?
Well, after seeing last night's decision, seems like the dollar is behaving like the Bollywood movie Pushpa. If, the viewers would have seen that, it's acting like fire. And that's exactly, it's trying to, no amount of water is able to douse that. RBI continues to sell dollars. And when you sell dollars, you try to support the rupee. And why not? We have seen the huge accretion in the foreign exchange reserves for India that clearly allows for the central banker to let go of some dollars from the war chest at times like these. So while I do not know if a 90 number would be doable through 2025, but if this pace of massive depreciation across EM continues, we will see maybe a couple of bucks more in terms of, today we're seeing the life lows in terms of the currency. Probably this could be just the start. Therefore, the next couple of months are going to be extremely critical at a time when the FPI flows also have slowed into the country.
I think that's the other factor, right? The FPI flows haven't been coming in, and there's only that much central bank can do to sell its reserves as well. But just shifting focus to, the rate cut expectation, then, of course, the US Fed has been more hawkish than anyone on the street anticipated. What's your own expectation of the new governor and what the RBI MPC is likely to do in the coming year? Because, of course, we have the growth challenges which have been perking up. But at the same time, the central bank has the other issue to deal with, inflation being sticky.
So if you look at the previous inflation data, it is definitely demonstrating a cooling off trend. Food inflation, given that we've had a good Kharif output, should also see itself mellow down a little bit. So, given all that, we believe that 2025 could well herald a rate easing phase for India as well, because we have to be mindful of growth. But are we expecting aggressive rate cuts? Probably not. So at this juncture, if I were to give you one number, it probably could mean about 50 basis rate cut for the year 2025. Maybe starting in Feb or in April, your guess is as good as mine. But for now, it looks like a 0.5% rate cut in 2025.
Lakshmi, let's talk about the bonds as well, because today you saw a sharp spike actually in the bond yield. If you look at the bond yield, I believe if the rates are that I had, you saw the bond yields at around 6.77. That was the highest level since November 29th. What sort of a trajectory are you seeing for the Indian bond yield going ahead? No doubt it mirrored the move that you saw in the US bond yield as well in overnight.
Yeah, so the US Treasury 10-year is north of 4.5% right now. It's at 4.53 as we speak, and the Indian yields have not risen as much, obviously because it didn't fall as sharply. So I think 3 to 4 basis points further from the current levels, could probably be envisaged. But we do see the long only investors in India, and also those who are trying to mirror the benchmark outside of India, which is the foreign investors, try to buy into these weakness. So I think on the bond front, if there were to be another 4 to 5 basis points of sell-off, that could pose a reasonable entry opportunity for those who are wanting to take exposure into Indian fixed income.
And just because we have you with us, Lakshmi, would you have any thoughts to share with respect to the entire headlines coming in for the miscalculation of the gold imports and the implication it can have for trade deficit and, of course, the economy to that extent?
So, gold imports definitely have shot up, no doubt. I've not tracked the recent number that you're talking about, but I think looks on balance, given that crude oil prices, we continue to remain bearish. That should have a counter impact in terms of the deficit. And we're not really expecting any significant shoot on that front.
Okay, Lakshmi, on that note, we let you go. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. That's the latest coming in as far as the economy, rupee, bond yield and expectation of rate cut is concerned.